Hello. You're listening to Service Without a Smile. Our ASMR. This is not our ASMR episode. You will have to pay a lot of money for that one, unfortunately.
I love ASMR, please.
I don't. But ear licking ASMR, kill me.
If anyone's an ASMR artist,
if you lick
just
a
hit me up.
silicone ear and make a lot of money off of it, there's something wrong with this world.
Please ask me to be your ASMR model. It's all I want, please.
Welcome to Swash, episode 5. We're here. We're
I'm
back.
not kidding, please.
We're here. Silicone ears.
Silicone ears.
Ears. God. Oh, Lord. Okay.
I'm available.
Oh, I'm available to lick your silicone ears.
Oh.
Ugh. Disgusting and revolting. What is this? Society?
ASMR personal attention. That's my thing. Please. Do you want to meet? It's like around the microphone.
Don't.
But I like it. I'm available. Thank you.
Anyway. Okay, I feel like we should actually get started now. But, It's been, I feel like we should give like a little bit of explanation why we didn't have an episode last week. And that's because, we had some stuff come up. I don't want to call anyone out specifically on our episodes, though.
You had a bug infestation, so we postponed for a week.
Yes, true. Because this is recorded from my apartment, which has been treated for bugs quite a few times, and they are very resilient because I live in a fucking swamp.
So yes, an alligator out there right now.
Yeah.
What's up?
No, that's just Gerald.
Oh, okay.
He's neighborhood watch.
Oh, okay, good. At least he's employed.
He is employed.
He's doing stuff for the community. Yeah. That's good. What are we doing?
No. But yeah, no, the reason why we didn't have an episode last week because our audio producer, vetoed the episode and said we're not going to do it this week. That's the nicest way I can possibly put it. It was a lot worse than that, but, we're back for episode 5.
Yes.
5 of, Swass. Swiggity swass.
I was gonna say the same thing.
We are one brain
That boggles
cell.
my mind. Did you see that TikTok I sent you about the one brain cell? That was really funny.
No.
It was super silly.
When was this?
Earlier when I got home from school, and then I just laid on my couch for 2 hours.
Wait, let me...
I thought it was so funny.
Wow.
We're in sync anyway.
In sync.
We're a boy band.
It's a boy band, yeah.
I don't want to be Justin Timberlake, though.
Sorry, Justin. Because he listens to this.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake, our number one fan.
Number one supporter. Man,
Thanks, JT.
if only.
I know. No,
I might not want to be Justin Timberlake, but I will take his money.
I'm available.
I am as well.
We are available.
We are available. Not together, one at a time, please. Thank you. Jesus.
Put the request down in the link below.
But yeah, no, anyway, back on track to oh my God, I don't know where we're going. But, yeah, no, we didn't have an episode last week, because our audio producer and, TLDR, he vetoed our episode, so now we're here this week. And I have to say my week felt very empty. I love doing this with you. Besties.
Oh my God, besties. But we worked a lot together these past 2 weeks. We were
did.
scheduled a lot together.
Like a lot.
I mean...
Maybe a little too much.
I was going to say the same thing because there were some new people that we trained. Well, good. I don't know if they got a lot out of us training them, besides that we are probably a little insane together.
One of them thought we were funny. The other one just, it was so hard to make said person laugh.
Yeah. We'll get there though. We won't ever
We got
steer.
some.
Yeah, a little bit.
I find it very accomplishing when we make some of the most difficult people that like with humor, cause I don't know what kind of humor those people have.
No.
Cause like when my best friend doesn't find me funny anymore. My kind of best friend doesn't find me funny anymore. He I've known him for almost a decade, and he just doesn't find me funny anymore, and I'm very sad.
The disrespect.
I'm like, I can make pretty much anyone laugh, at least a little. Even if it's not real, I can get a chuckle.
Just something. A little smile.
It's something.
A
Just a little something. With him, I get...
Oh.
Like a huff.
That feels like a slap in the face. I would be so sad.
It's really hard to make him laugh anymore. It didn't used to be. That's depressing. But anyway,
shout out to that guy.
Yeah, we're off topic again. But like, yeah, we did work together a lot. Has it been it doesn't feel like it's been 2 weeks.
It does not.
It has though. It's been 2 weeks since we recorded, and it feels weird. I feel like a part of my soul is missing.
At the weekly break of work. I know
we worked extra hard, and I still feel empty.
Yeah, like I get stuff done. I do so much, and I come home and I refuse to leave the spot on the couch for at least the next 5 hours. Yeah, that's my evenings.
Yeah.
Every time that I go to my job, I just think about SpongeBob. How excited he is to work in customer service.
You want to do a whole episode on SpongeBob?
New role model.
We did watch the first episode, the very first episode of SpongeBob the other night at your place, and
shout out to Squidward.
My God, and his very blue self. That first episode, their colors were very bright.
Very bright.
Very bright.
Then he just gets duller, which, I mean, is a mood. I feel that.
It's a whole, like, conspiracy of him getting duller and duller over the course of, what is it, 20 years now? It was 99,
99,
right? So it's 22 years. 23 years.
This one's 23, because 23. That's how old I'm gonna turn. I know. Celebrate my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Whenever that, I know what your birthday is. You know what's weird is that I remember your birthday just from hearing you say it on the phone when you were calling your admissions office or whatever.
This is fast.
I remember my friends' birthdays for whatever reason. Like, I don't remember my family's.
I don't think I have gotten a response back from that admissions office either, so.
Come on, Hawaii.
I know. Hawaii, come on. Let's go. Just kidding. It doesn't matter. I'm going to England, so.
You're just a band. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh my God.
I don't want to talk about England.
Whatever.
Oh my God.
Swasser's international. That's fine.
Swasser National.
Swasser National? See.
Swass goes to England.
I talked like that the whole time. You can get the person to say rubber baby buggy bumpers. You can get them to say it.
I don't think I can.
Why not? Just go.
Because I can't afford to go. We'll do a GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. Go support our podcast. Link is in bio. Sorry, buy us a coffee.
Oh my God, buy us a coffee.
It's for, no, it's for your...
energy drink.
Yeah, energy drink / Josh goes to England.
Yeah. We should do, if we ever get, like, a big audience, which God help anyone that sticks with us for that long.
Shout out to everyone who's listening.
Everyone. But, if we ever do, we should do, like, an international meetup.
That'd be very cool.
Because I know we have, like, very tiny amount of, UK listeners. Like, very small.
You know who you are.
Yeah. But I would love to do, like, a little meetup. I think that'd be fun.
I think that'd be really fun. Also,
I don't drink,
go over there. I mean, just enjoy.
It would be really fun to watch everyone get drunk.
Yeah.
That's my life. Watching everyone have so much happiness.
Why are you... Get this email off my show. JK.
Anyway. No, but yeah, the 2-week break has been just, I don't like it. I like recording every week, and we think we have fun.
Yeah.
But I do want to thank, like, everyone that we've been like, hey, listen to our podcast, and they're like, oh, okay, we'll listen to it, and they have.
Yeah.
And for those of you that haven't, and you're tuning in, and you're realizing that you just now are listening to the podcast, and you're like, wait, you asked me to do this 18 weeks ago. Fuck you.
You're directly adding a lot of people.
I'm kidding. Thank you for tuning in eventually. Whenever you tune in, it's fine. We're talking to the future.
We appreciate all of you.
Thank you. We really do. No, it's been really nice. We've gotten really good feedback.
I know,
it's really satisfying because we do work hard on this podcast.
This is something that we really love.
What it might sound like. There's a lot of work, a lot of time and effort goes into what we do. And we plan this whole podcast like a month after we met? We've been planning this podcast for probably 6 months of actually trying to get it to the point where we're like, let's do it.
I think it was a month or two after we met. We were like, we should start a podcast.
And, just thank you for everyone that actually listened. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna tear up. I'm not gonna tear up.
Yeah, I was about to say, easy, but I'm watching you.
I am, like, really grateful for everyone that's actually been tuning in, and it's been nice. We're getting bigger with every episode, and I think that's really cool.
It's just really fun, because it's something that we love to do, and the fact that other people also enjoy just listening to us talk.
Yeah.
Very fun. Makes my ego go up.
Oh. Did you just kiss the mic?
Kissy sound.
But no, like where I left off, I was saying just like I'm just grateful that we have people that were like actually enjoying it. I didn't think this would actually be anything that people would be like, oh yeah, this is. I thought people were gonna tune in for like 10 seconds and be like, this is dog shit,
and just dumb, leave. Yeah.
But it's not. Our retention's actually really good. Thank you guys for sticking with the episodes.
If no one caught, Josh actually looks at all of the statistics.
I look at all of the statistics. I invade your privacy. I'm just kidding. I don't actually. Are we gonna have to put in a disclaimer?
No.
Okay.
Just kidding.
No, but I do look at some of the statistics, and I know that like our retention is actually really good, which is nice. That's like,
which is very nice.
It's a really nice like validation that we're not just rambling about stupid shit that nobody wants to hear about. Like we can actually. I feel like it's nice that we. Like, people can feel like they can tune in and relate to what we're talking about. Anyway.
Do you have any personal stories to share?
No, because I didn't ask you about your work week yet. How was your 2 work weeks?
Excuse me.
Oh, okay. We're getting up on the podium. Okay.
Just kidding. How were my 2 work weeks? Honestly, went by in kind of a blur. Every day just felt like the same. Get up, get yelled at, go home.
Get up, get yelled at, go home. I feel like we should put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah,
if anyone wants SWAS merchandise,
yeah,
let us know. Actually, just follow us on social media. That'll be confirmation.
There's enough of you. I'm just kidding. But yeah, every time that I like got up, went to work, and it was just like the same thing every day. I will say one thing that bothered me probably the most out of this last week was that I'm clearly on the phone. Like, we work somewhere where the phones ring quite a lot. Obviously, we have to answer them. I will be on the phone middle of a conversation, and, like, I won't hang up yet, just as, conversation's gonna end soon, or I get the vibe that, like, it's not, like, quite that pause time, just be like, oh, let me put you on hold. And everybody decides to walk up to me and start asking me questions, like I have their full attention. They're asking me, like, 14 different questions while I'm talking to somebody on the phone. Like, so I'm simultaneously answering 2 different questions. And I'm like, I don't know how this is working for everyone, but they're getting their answers. So I'm like, I guess I'm doing a good job. But how?
Because I can't. I have to be like, give me one.
Yeah. I'll literally be like, give me 1 second. I'll just mouth it. Like, 1 second. And I'm like, is this rude? But then I don't know how else to communicate.
They're the ones that walked up while you were on the phone.
For real. And so talking to me, like, my mom would, like, beat us up if we did that to her. So you don't, like...
My mom just snapped. She'd be like...
My mom would, mute herself to yell at us. And I'm like, oh...
I'm sure there's been plenty of times where your mom didn't actually mute herself, like, accidentally.
Probably.
Mute herself, and then everyone heard her just going off.
Probably. That's fine, though.
Everyone's a Christian until they get in the parking lot and on the phone.
Especially the phone. Oh my god, you couldn't have bothered my mom on the phone for hours. Now she doesn't even answer the phone.
Dude,
like, what else are you doing besides being my mom?
Exactly. That's what I told my mom the other day, too. I was like, what else? Your full-time job is being my mother.
And she's like, I got bills to pay. And I'm like, but I'm calling you.
We're so entitled to our mother's time.
I'm so annoying. I called my dad today. He's like, what's up? And I'm like,
Dad always answers the phone.
Yeah, right? And he's attached stuff. He's like, you can try this. And I was like, Dad, that worked. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah. The relationship with Dad is always good. Well, I don't want to speak for everyone, but it's always like, it's always like, you can just call him and talk to him. But then with Mom, it's like trying to get in touch with her manager.
With my mom.
Book an appointment for an audition. It's like, you have to go through so many steps.
Literally, well, like, especially when I'm in the conversation, like, I'm having the conversation with my mom, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hang up and start making dinner or doing something. And then she starts to say goodbye, and then starts talking about something else. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So then it goes on for another half an hour. With my dad, I was like, how do I do this tat stuff? Okay, thanks. Goodbye.
Yeah, thanks, Dad.
And with my mom, she's like, I gotta talk to you about the weather. And I'm like, it's outside.
Of all the things I want to talk about, definitely not that.
Ugh. It's okay. Shout out to my mom.
So let's just move on to personal stories, like workplace stories. I will start, since I apparently need to always jog your brain.
Yay! I mean, I had something now. Thinking, like, sitting here staring at myself.
That's what did it for you?
It jogged the memory.
Very
Because I
interesting.
looked at my, like, resting face, and I looked really mad, and then I remember, like, one time that I got really mad at people.
Do you want me to go first, or you go first?
I can go.
Okay,
It's okay.
go ahead.
Because, like, I worked in retail a lot.
Mm-hmm. The one place I have not worked.
Yeah.
Retail.
And I worked both in, like, a department store with, like lots of high-end clothes. I definitely talked about it before.
Wonderful.
And department stores. Both, of course, had clothes and very different ways of displaying them.
Oh.
The trend of people is always that they just see the clothes, you know, just hold it up to them, see if it fits or whatever, or like, even on a hanger, and they'll just put it on the floor. They don't even try to, like, put it back or, like, hang it back up. It just goes directly on the floor.
Wait, who throws clothes on the floor in a department store consistently?
I don't even know.
Like, it's one thing if you're like a little kid and you're like, but
it was like the parents of, like,
what?
see, I worked in the kids' clothes, and the parents would always, like, just hold it up and then just, like, place it back on the thing, so then it would just fall. And I'm like, you can't even just put it back? You're supposed to teach your kid to pick up after themselves, and you ain't doing that shit?
Well, that's stupid. Wait, but
I felt like someone's mother.
But was this because parents were? Was this because parents were like just with their kids and they was falling onto the floor, or were they legitimately just like throwing it onto the floor?
Yeah, they were either because there were people like in like the women's section, the men's section, who would just hold it up to themselves and then just like drop it. And I was like, I would watch them do it.
Where the ever living fuck is this entitlement coming from?
In expensive stores, like where I worked.
Well, I wouldn't know. I've never been into one like that, so I wouldn't know that that's a thing.
You gotta go to their clearance section. They got really good clearance, so.
No? But that's where everything actually is in order, is in clearance. Because
I would organize it. First, organize by color, and then by size.
Damn.
Yeah.
Very organized.
I spent 8 hours a day doing that shit. For what?
For what? The memories, so that you could share them right now.
Yeah.
Remember?
Reminiscing. Especially doing online orders, because then you had to, like, go around and find everything on the stupid little pads that you had. And most of the time, those things didn't even work. They would always, like, lag out or be slow or not actually label anything right. And it would think that you had the item when it's actually, like, a store down the street. But it was, like, such, like, similar addresses that it was, like, it probably has it. And I'm like, that's not us.
It's definitely not us. Wow. If I work at Starbucks, though, where everyone's like, is this blank? It's like, no. But we have that. As does all 400,000, 500, all these other locations, so.
I'm just so happy that I stopped working with clothes and, like, retail. Retail is better than food. But.
Oh, anything's better than food. Yeah, I will never go back to making people's food or drinks. Ever again. No. In the last resort. Not even the last resort. I would never do it again. And I respect the shit fuck out of anyone that works in...
Sesame Street is not sponsoring us.
Respect just anyone that works in food service and actually stays there for more than 5 hours. Like, I can't even imagine. I can imagine, but I don't want to, I will not make anyone's drinks again. And there's been times where I'm like, maybe I should do, like, bartending. Because I am licensed in Virginia.
I can't believe that.
I'm licensed to serve alcohol. But I'm like, maybe I should do bartending or something. No. And I think about it, I'm like, fuck No. First of all, I don't want to go through the deal of having to remember how to make all of these certain drinks exactly the way that Karen wants it made.
Make me a Sets on the Beach.
I don't even know what that is.
It's very delicious.
I don't know what it has in it.
Make me a dirty martini.
I don't know what that is.
Make it slutty.
I don't know what that means in this context.
It's just like with the olive juice.
That's it?
Yeah,
that's what makes you slutty.
Yeah. You put like 90% olive juice. It's just
slut.
a whore.
That olives, drink is a whore.
Olives have holes, so just yeah. I cracked the code. You're welcome. See, alcoholic drinks always have the wildest names.
That's like, a holy whore.
Sets on the Beach, the dirty nipple.
What?
The shot.
No, it's
the
not.
Buttery nipple. Buttery nipple. It's the buttery nipple.
What? Oh, God.
And then I was at this one restaurant just looking at their drink, seeing how much it was, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll get myself a drink. And I was like, this one sounds really good, but the name on it, I don't remember what it was, but it was
Slutty
so...
whore from France.
Probably. It was so ferocious.
Sorry, France.
I was like, I cannot go up to this man and say this.
That's probably why they put it on the menu.
I'd be like, can I have this one? I'd point it. I'd bring my menu and point to it.
You didn't.
No, I didn't. Actually, I made the drink at home.
Oh.
Yeah, because I had the stuff, so I just did it myself.
See, I don't drink. For anyone that's listening and doesn't know this already, if you haven't guessed, I don't drink. So I don't know anything about alcoholic
Slutty
beverages or the French whore that went down your throat with an olive.
One
I
of
don't
the
know.
drinks is probably called your mom. So.
Your mom's house.
Yeah, probably.
That's what it's called. Full house.
I'm about to look up my dying computer if it continues.
I don't know what I was saying. I would never even know where to begin with serving alcohol. People would ask me something and I'd be like, huh? Well, how am I supposed to make that? What do you want me to do? I wouldn't know where to begin.
My mom, she took, the bartending test, in Maryland, and I looked at her, I guess, study guide or whatever. Mm. And it was actually a pretty nice book that she got, but I remember when I was looking at it, I think I was probably 13 at the time, that there was no way in any hell that I would remember all of this stuff.
No.
I know I was only 13, but even now as a 22-year-old who can legally drink alcohol, no idea. I'm just make me one of those, make me the one that sounds delicious.
Make me one that's good. See, I've never even tasted alcohol that I like. I've
the
had
ones that taste like candy. I love those.
I think most people do if you don't like it killing you, hurting you. I love the pain. I live in pain. Why would I want to drink it?
Because it makes it better. This one's called Chi-Chi, like Goku's wife.
I'm sorry?
Chi-Chi. Like Goku's wife, Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What the
It's vegetarian. Is it vegan?
Is it vegan? No, that's not what vegan means. Vegan and vegetarian are different things.
Yeah, but why wouldn't it be vegan?
If it's vegetarian? It's not everything that's vegetarian
is
vegan.
I mean, just because it's a cocktail. What is in it has...
Well, I mean, it's made from a lot of plant stuff,
So wouldn't it be vegan?
We're gonna sound like such fucking idiots. I'm scared to say anything about how something's done, because someone's gonna be like, actually?
Because, okay, disclaimer, we know what we're talking about.
I don't.
Oh, I do. Vegan, vegetarian. I worked in a smoothie place where a lot of vegans came in. I know what the fuck vegan is.
How about you pitch me a drink and you try, and I try to tell you, and I try to guess what is in it.
Okay.
But don't go with something really difficult, because I don't know alcohol.
So, if I asked you what a Colorado Bulldog is.
It sounds like something that is like hard liquor.
It has vodka, Kahlua, heavy cream, there's the not vegan, and Coke.
And Coke? Mm-hmm. That's a lot of ingredients. But was I right? Is any of that like a hard liquor?
Vodka, yeah.
Hey, 1 point.
Let's see. Ooh, how about a mind eraser? What do you think is in a mind eraser?
Oh my god.
This one's vegan.
Mind eraser. It sounds like something that's probably doesn't taste good and will get you blackout drunk. So probably another super hard liquor.
Apparently, it's delightfully refreshing.
What?
It's kind of like the one that I just said but without the Coke and heavy cream, and put in soda water instead. So Kahlua, vodka, and soda water.
So it's almost the same thing.
Almost the same thing. That's dumb. Ooh, a screwdriver. I like screwdrivers. It's like a mimosa, but the next level up. I respect all bartenders.
For real.
Like especially the hours. The hours for bartending must be rough sometimes.
Oh, you remember that chick at the, remember that chick at, what was it called that we went to?
Logan's?
Logan's Steakhouse.
Love that place.
That bartender, and shout out to her from Chicago. If she ever listens to us, she might. She works in an industry that we cover. She might listen to us. If you listen, we were not busy that night. We were going to go and just watch movies.
I think, yeah.
No, she got some dude snapped at her, physically snapped at her, and she's like,
she's like, don't do that. I'm not a dog. And I was like, respect.
She came at him. I wish we could say stuff like that.
Right?
I want to have a day in every workplace, and this has been the case with every workplace that I've ever been in. I want to have a day at my workplace where I can say whatever the fuck I want to anyone. So if someone comes up and goes like, so how do I get to blah, blah, blah? I can be like, I don't know. You have a smartphone, don't you?
Literally. Oh my God. Again with the freaking directions. They're like, how do I get there? And I'm like, how did you get here?
It's like, you have a voice assistant, and I think it's time. It's Siri time again. Siri never works, but Siri was actually really
worked for you
the other night.
Yeah.
It was very helpful. People have voice assistants on their phones. You have a smartphone, you have Google, you have anything. You have all of these tools, and you come up and you ask me, and I'm like, you know what? The next time somebody does that, I'm going to whip out my phone. I'm going to be like, hey, Siri. Hey, Siri.
And then this will happen.
Where is the nearest
Italian restaurant?
The nearest one I found is Gino's Real New York Pizza on Renee Drive. Want to try that one?
Absolutely I do, Siri. Thank you.
Perfect. I can call that location or get directions. Which would you like?
I would like you to just sing me happy birthday because today is my birthday and I really appreciate you as my assistant.
I'd rather leave that to the professionals.
Goddamn.
At least, so Siri gave you two separate options, call or directions.
Exactly.
Why do I have to do that? Am I getting paid? There's no tips. Am I...
There's so many options before you come to something. And this is the thing that, I've done, at working in customer service and working in, minimum wage dog shit jobs. What I have come to the conclusion is, I hope I am not this stupid as a customer when I go somewhere. If I go to the zoo, if I go to the aquarium, if I go to fucking Starbucks, I hope that I am not dumb enough to be like, where is this? And where is that? Or where is that? And it's literally right there. Because now at this point, I'm very self-conscious about it. So much so that it gives me anxiety going somewhere.
I literally will not ask anyone questions.
I refuse to ask an employee for anything.
No.
Anymore.
I have anyone else that I'm with do it. Or I just walk around suffering until I find it.
Or if one of them asks you, did you need help?
One of them takes pity on me and knows that I'm scared and sad and is like, hello? I also look like I'm very young sometimes. So
you do. You look like a lost child.
Yeah. Do you need to find your mom? I'll be like, yes, please.
Mommy? Sorry.
I'm almost 23 years old. I can't find my mom. It's me in the grocery store though, for real.
Dude,
my mom's like, right back.
I still will go into the grocery store or something like that with my mom, and I'll be like, okay. She'll be like, go look for what you need to look for. I'm like, okay, I'll meet you back here. And then I'm like, I'm done. I sit back there. Stand like an idiot at the end of the aisle for 5 minutes waiting for her. I'm like, oh my God, where'd she go? Oh my God.
That's me and my siblings. And my mom said she would be here.
And then you start looking, you start sprinting down the ends of the aisles where's mom?
And it's that's a lost kid. And I'm like, I'm not a kid, but I'm lost. It's the eternal struggle.
Yeah, I don't have any retail stories or anything like that, but I do have one from when I worked at a very certain aquarium.
Ooh.
Aquarium that I will not name because I'm not sure there's social policy, but Anyway, I worked at an aquarium, and it was a rather big one, and I was working in our dolphin theater, right? Like the big... Ugh. See, I know you hate dolphins. I don't like them either. I'm quite frankly, I'm kind of sick of them. But anyway, save the dolphins. I was literally doing my job, and someone complained that I embarrassed them.
What?
Yeah. Let me explain. This is during peak COVID, like right after it happened, we finally opened back up. And I was in the Dolphin Theater. We have like this big theater. It has like a terrace and then like a big walking platform area, and then it goes up again. So I was on the terrace area, like escorting people out. And when we are doing this theater out, we have like 600, 700 people in there. So you have to actually get them up row by row. Like, be like, okay, you guys can go. We just like do the pointing thing with like the two fingers, and you're just like, go.
Very Disney, yeah.
Yeah, it's very Disney. And so I was kind of, my job, because I was like big, like I'm big and broad and everything, and I'm strong. Not really, but I was big enough to be like, get in someone's way. Like, they liked having me get in people's way so that they would be too afraid to go by me.
They used to use one of those like thwomp things in Mario Party
Pretty
where
much,
you had to pay to pass.
Yeah, that was me. And anyone that went to Georgia Aquarium during that time probably would have seen me because I was huge. Like, I'm not fat, but like I was like bigger than all my coworkers. Like I was wider, like broader.
Yeah, look, so, I couldn't stop anybody.
Yeah, there was only like 2 other people, and they were like, "We want you up here because you can stop someone if you have to stop someone." Because everyone else would just blow over in the wind. But anyway, back to like getting on to the story. This lady was at the top of like the handicap section, where she wasn't even supposed to be sitting in the handicap section.
Yeah.
And we are escorting row by row out, and we're like on the very first couple rows, and I see her get up, and I go, "Ma'am, I need you to stay seated until we're ready to have you go." And she's like, "What?" And I said, "I need you to sit down." And I had to like raise my voice, and she had to raise her voice because there's music playing.
Oh my God.
Like Taylor Swift and
Pharrell
Williams, blah, blah, blah. Horrible. And there's music playing, and there's people being loud and talking, so you have to like break the sound barrier. And so I was like, "Ma'am, I need you to stay seated. We're exiting row by row." And she's like, "No, I'm not doing that." And she jumps over the little like divider thing, and then walks down the staircase in front of everyone and like pushes people out of her way. And then I'm like, "Okay, all right," and then the show ends. I see her down near the exit doors, like talking to one of my other coworkers, like going crazy, like her hands are flailing.
Oh yeah, doing the whole pointing.
Yeah. And then she walks out, and then I see that she's yelling at one of my like other coworkers that's at the exit again. And I, like, as I'm going down, like, I like talk to my manager, like, "Hey, that lady got really upset with me, and I don't know why." And she's like, "What happened?" I was like, "Well, I just asked her to stay seated."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay, so you're doing your job." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I got it." And then she walked down, and she like chewed out my manager, and like screamed in the lobby where you actually can hear things. She's like screaming. She's like, "And he was talking to me like this, and he embarrassed me in front of every blah, 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 blah. And he was rude and disrespectful." I was like, everyone was looking at, they're like, cause I came down after this was happening, like while she was still on her tirade, and my coworkers are like, "That couldn't have been Josh. That doesn't sound like that. That's not what he does." Like, they know me. Like, they know I don't like talk like that to a guest. I've never in my life said anything rude to a guest. I never like said anything mean or anything like that. And my manager's just going like, just standing there listening to her like, So then I escorted her away and like gave her like a behind the scenes tour or whatever like that for free.
Oh my God.
To shut her up. I'm just like, and my manager's just like, "Yeah, I don't even know." And no one ever came to me and talked to me about it. I never got disciplined for anything. So I know it was just like, they were like, "Yeah, we know she's being a Karen."
Yeah.
I was like, "Lady, you embarrassed yourself in this scenario. Stop staring at yourself."
I'm looking at my hair.
Stop messing with your hair.
I want to mess with my hair.
Stop. We need to check the camera array.
No, I like it.
But that lady was so crazy though. Like, I'm literally doing my job. Don't you just love it when you're actually doing your job and someone
People
freaks
get mad
out?
at you for it?
Yeah.
The fact that she was like this, also if it was fresh out of COVID, you know that she had some sort of like pent up anger. You were the first person that she was going to take it out on.
Yeah. She's like, and he screamed at me. I was like, man,
touch grass. Like, you went from an inside to an inside somewhere else. We got Animal Planet on TV. These people.
Ridiculous.
Hardee's, please sponsor us.
Oh my God. We have to talk about Hardee's. I am going to do an unofficial ad for Hardee's right now. Okay? You know, Anne-Marie.
Yes.
You know when you wake up in the morning for your wonderful job, and it is very early in the morning. It's like 6 o'clock, 6:15 for you because you're closer to work.
Yeah.
And your stomach is rumbling.
Mm-hmm.
And on the way to work, you see McDonald's, which we're not going to go to instead.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to go there. Then you see Arby's. No. And then you see it.
That star that smiles at me.
I was going to say Dunkin' Donuts, but yes.
Oh.
No, I'm saying, sponsored by Dunkin'.
I love your matcha lattes.
No, we're not, we can't say that. Can't actually say sponsored by. Anyway,
okay. But I love your matcha lattes.
Hmm.
Please sponsor us.
Please, Dunkin', sponsor us. But that's not what this is about.
No.
This is about the star. The star that smiles back. The star that is your friend.
My best friend.
And that is Hardee's.
Hardee's.
Hardee's with 2 E's. And 1 D.
Oh.
For real though, even though we're not sponsored by Hardee's, if anyone works at Hardee's, and I know customer service, food service, look, if you work at Hardee's, I know you got some pull. We eat Hardee's for breakfast.
Almost
literally every
morning.
day.
Yeah.
Like, almost every day. And I'm getting fat off their biscuits, but I'm fat and happy, so.
I'm full and happy.
I love
I eat
Hardee's breakfast burritos.
Oh, the breakfast platter saves my life every
She always
morning.
gets the breakfast platter.
I
I love the breakfast burrito.
With sausage.
So if anyone works at Hardee's, please reach out to us and please sponsor us. I will mention Hardee's every single episode if I get a free breakfast burrito on the daily. 4 days a week.
I want to get a free breakfast platter just every time that I work would be very nice. Beautiful.
And we will post it on social media.
I
we
love
will sell our
day.
soul to Hardee's.
The Hardee's man is here.
Hardee's makes my life so much
He's
better.
actually like the DoorDash guy or something, but you know what?
Yeah,
he brings the Hardee's,
there you go.
and I love him.
He brings the Hardee's. Bring the Hardee's.
Yeah, he brings the Hardee's. Yeah.
He brings the Hardee's. He brings the Hardee's and Hardee's.
Hardee's, I love
Hardee's
you.
sponsor us.
And scene.
And cut.
I'm gonna get a drink.
Okay, I don't know if we'll keep this. I don't know if we'll keep it. It's just workshopping, you know. But like a hot topic, something that gets us, frustrated,
last time
salty,
was my name.
angry.
That was last time.
Yeah, your name. Your name makes you angry. People mispronounce you.
Mispronounce
Anna Maria.
For
You
real.
have to stop messing with your hair. We're gonna have to get rid of your camera.
No, because like my hair's greasy. I think I'm gonna take a shower.
Your hair looks fine. It looks shiny and silky. Just
It
deal with
looks
it.
crazy.
It's fine.
I'll play with my earrings instead.
Okay. One thing that... Are you good? Oh my
Well,
God.
let's see.
You're ridiculous.
Ka-chow.
Stop. You got a lot of compliments on those earrings.
I know, I got more today when I went to school.
Ka-chow. Oh my God, girl. Love those
I just
earrings.
want my Doritos one next time. They are
I don't
little
think you
bags
can-
of Doritos
I don't
and they
think you can
have
wear
the
that to work,
text
though.
on them.
I don't think you can wear that.
I'm
to
gonna
work.
wear
I
my
would
Doritos one to work and see what happens.
see what happens. I would be curious to see if they were going to be like, take this off.
Doritos.
Doritos.
I'll change it. But it has like the nutrition facts on the bag.
It
You can
doesn't.
read them. Yes, it does.
It's ridiculous.
I'll send you a picture. Of
Doritos sponsor us.
I love Doritos.
General Mills? Are they General Mills? Who makes Doritos?
Yes.
Probably
Can I ask
General Mills.
Siri?
Nestle?
Siri.
Hey Siri. Hey baby. Who makes Doritos?
Okay, I found this on the web for Hey Baby Who Makes Doritos.
Doritos!
Hey baby, who makes Doritos? That should be the title. Hey baby, who makes Doritos?
I literally just got lightheaded from that. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Who makes Doritos?
Wait, who does? Did you see?
It didn't say anything. It was all just nonsense. Oh my god.
Frito-Lay.
Oh, Fritos. They're a Frito company.
What does Dorito mean in Spanish? Little golden things.
Aw.
That's kind of cute.
That's adorable.
I've been alive for 22 years and I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. How sweet. Anyway, moving on.
I really love Doritos.
Can we get on with this?
Yeah.
You're killing me.
Okay.
I have a hot topic. Hot topic. I have a hot topic. The customer service standard. Sitting versus standing.
Oh, here we go.
This
That's
is
a pretty good topic.
Big one.
Yeah.
Why is it that we have gotten so ingrained in our American brain holes that sitting equals laziness?
I have no idea.
Like, where does this come from?
Because, like, if you think about it, like, when you're in school,
Mhm.
you have to sit for 8 hours a day
Yeah.
doing schoolwork and stuff. But as soon as you reach your workplace, if you sit, you're a lazy bastard.
Yeah, I don't know if people know this, but being on your feet for that long is not a good thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's
And
not
then
good for you.
You know,
It's
like
just not
Aldi,
good for
and
you.
they're sitting in nice
Yeah,
little
all the
chairs.
cashiers get to sit, and that's
Yeah.
really nice.
They're not
I
an
don't
American
feel
company.
personally, my stance on this is I don't feel like people should be punished. I think there is a time for sitting and a time for standing.
Yeah.
And I think that everyone in every workplace should be allowed to sit at some point. If you're at a drive-through window, if you were working the register at a drive-through window, you should be allowed to sit.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that sometimes you might need to stand up to, like, reach out the window and do stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're sitting at the window, or if you're sitting taking orders, you should be allowed to sit in, like, a stool or a bar stool or, like, like a perch, whatever, you know. You should be allowed to sit. And that's not, I don't think that, how is that lazy? I would like to hear everyone's opinions on this. Like, I would like, and this gets me angry. Like, I'm actually angry about it. Because, we work with certain people that think it is, and certain people that think it is not. And that's been the case in every workplace I've ever been, where people are like, sitting is lazy, or leaning is lazy. I worked in places where you got written up for if you were even leaning on something.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And we should not, like, what is even worse is when I worked at the aquarium, that's just what it's called. When I worked at the aquarium, there would be positions where you actually did do a lot of walking around, going up and down stairs, which was really good for you. Like, that kind of movement, and that kind of cardio, like stuff like that cardio, that's really good for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then there are the positions where you are literally planted in place for 8 to 10 hours standing there. And the most that you get is a 30-minute break where you can sit down. The rest of that, you stand for 7.5 to 10 to 9.5 hours.
Yeah. See,
where's the logic in that? Like, I get it. Like, you should be able to lean or sit down on something.
Yeah.
When you are not directly addressing someone. Like, if someone's passing by, that doesn't matter. I don't think it matters.
You're not going to have an interaction. They're going someplace. Well, you can just stay seated.
Yeah.
Like, unless someone is right in front of me.
If someone comes up to me and asks me a question, I'm going to stand up and present myself and talk to them.
Because this is
but if someone is coming out of an exit and they're going in a completely different direction, they don't give a fuck that I'm there.
Yeah.
Why should I have to be just standing there?
Yeah. Half the time when you're standing there, sometimes you're still, like, the biggest argument is that you're not going to be paying attention to the people in front of you. I know several people who are standing and still don't pay attention to the people in front of them.
Yeah.
So why would I not want to sit down?
It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference.
Especially, like, a lot of places have the really uncomfortable, like, padded, like, flooring or whatever.
Yeah, and it hurts your wrist. It hurts your, not your wrist.
Doesn't make
it hurts your wrist.
What?
Because you're standing on those. No, it hurts your ankles. That hurts my ankles. It does actually.
I don't enjoy standing on it.
No, they're like, oh, this will cushion the blow. No, it'll make it worse.
And then there are some people who just sit for a really long period of time. And I'm like, well, if you don't have anything else to do.
There is a time for
both.
Both.
There's a time and a place for both.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. And I think that's reasonable. What I don't think is reasonable is to be like, you are required to stand, and if you lean, you're getting written up for it.
Yeah, exactly.
What in what world?
I literally, when I worked in retail, I would go either to the bathrooms or the dressing rooms just to sit down for like 5 to 10 minutes. I was like, oh, I'm just cleaning up all the clothes in here. I'm folding them up in here. I would just be sitting.
Exactly.
I would fold clothes because, and multitask, but I would be sitting and my knees would like give out, my feet hurt. I don't think I'm a generally lazy person.
No.
But I need to
you're
sit
definitely
down.
Not. You're too fast. You need to be moving. I know you need to be moving.
I need to be moving, yeah.
But the thing is like, there's a time and place for them both. Yeah. And I don't think that it's right for it to be like, you can only sit, you can only lean when you are off the clock.
And also, why is it that big of a deal to some people, you know?
I don't know. Like, I can understand that it might seem a little less presentable in some situations.
Yeah, in some situations. But I would love if my cashier at the grocery store would sit down. I know they'd be hurting.
Yeah,
just
and you
scanning.
can tell the people that have not worked in these industries for a very long time, especially boomers, which I know we don't have. I know we don't have any, like...
From the stats,
like 50 to 70. But.
I don't want them listening.
Whoa, don't say that.
Just kidding, just kidding.
But, like, you can tell that certain people either haven't worked in those industries or they haven't worked in them in a long time, and they don't remember what it's like to be standing on your feet for 8 hours. And also another thing that I don't get is that why I can't get past this generational gap in customer service where it's like, we went through this in our time in customer service, so that means you have to experience it too. Why would you not want to make it better for everyone?
Yeah. Why did this situation bring so much spite to you? I saw this video of this old lady who, I forgot what the situation was, but she was berating this, like, cashier at, I think, like, a gas station, like a Wawa or something. And she had, like, a cup of soup and, like, threw it at the girl.
What the
And I was like, what?
Did she get arrested?
In what world was that okay? And also, why isn't anyone, like, helping the situation?
Yeah,
because
no.
they were just recording it. And I was like, what?
No, like, I have never been into the situation where I've had to step in with someone being, like, a dick to like, someone in a service industry. Like, I've never actually been there when it's happening. I've either been, like, walking off and already gone and I hear it happening in the background or whatever, or, you know, it wasn't, like, really severe. They're just being kind of a little bit rude, you know, like, a little bit like... Yeah. But if that were to happen, though, like, of course, if someone's, like, talking shit to a cashier or whatever, and we're like, dude.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? I literally...
You're just getting some bananas.
I wouldn't be on the clock, so I can say whatever I want.
I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Why are you yelling at this person? Like, just doing their job.
I don't get paid enough to deal with your bullshit.
You're at a gas station. Go fucking somewhere else.
What did you expect?
Yeah.
And she probably didn't even do anything wrong.
Probably just told her what the policies were or something.
Oh yeah, that's always one that... I love that that's one that gets it.
Yeah.
I actually had a guest in one of my previous jobs where I was like, I'm sorry, unfortunately, ma'am, that's the policy and blah, blah, blah. We can do this or whatever. Like, I know it's like, why would it's your policy? I was like, a little tear came down. I was like,
wow.
I was like, oh my God. She's like, it's your policy. Like, I'm not gonna... I was like, I know it's your policy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, madam.
I had somebody do that to me on the phone, like, and they wanted something done in a certain way, and I was like, oh, sorry, according to our policy and our system. She's like, oh, no, I just wanted to make sure that it was okay. Yeah, we'll do it according to your policies. And I was like,
you'll actually do something that we are legally required to
that
do.
we have to do with my training.
That's wild. That's actually ridiculous. It's just a hot topic for me, personally.
So, I have some retail stories that I can tell that were sent in, since we talk a lot of retail. So, these ones are all kind of short, so I'll just tell, like, a couple of them.
Okay.
This one says, when I worked as a paint mixer, an old lady, a Karen, wanted a very specific color. Right. It was old, but still in the system. So I made 3 gallons of that specific blue that she wanted, put the swatch on the cans, and dried it. Then they put the paint swatch next to the card and said that it did not look the same.
What?
It was the same color, but she returned all 3 of the gallons.
The same hexadecimal color code.
The same color code, and she proceeded to return all 3 gallons. Can you imagine going through the whole process of like, yeah, this is a good color, making it, mixing it, and saying, you know what?
You dumb
Fuck
bitch.
that.
You dumb. She thought it was the same. It wasn't the same color. Was she looking perhaps without her eyes?
She was just feeling it. She's like, this doesn't feel right.
This does not feel the same.
This blue, different than this blue. It's like the Squidward from like the
first episode Squidward versus like, any other episode.
Literally any other one.
That's fucking ridiculous. 3 gallons? Who gets 3?
That's a lot.
I guess if you're painting a lot, that's a lot of blue, though. Don't you have the accent colors, bitch?
Right.
What's going on?
That's a lot of blue. I'm trying to think how much 3 gallons would paint. I feel like
that would paint a lot.
A good portion of like your apartment.
Probably half my apartment.
Can you imagine if your apartment was that blue?
I'm blue, dude. I can't imagine it. I would get depressed.
I think so too.
Blue is generally the color of compassion.
From
Fun
my
note.
English classes, blue means sadness.
Actually.
Shout out to AP Lit.
Actually.
Good, I hated that teacher.
Actually, one thing, a little side note is that from what I learned, blue is actually most commonly associated with the color of compassion, which is why you'll notice a lot of Disney princesses, their colors are blue. Like their dresses are blue. Cinderella's blue. I think Snow White has blue in her dress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
There's quite a few.
Let's see. So, Jasmine's is like a blue.
Yeah, Jasmine's blue, like full on blue.
Yep. Snow White's corset is blue. Mulan's like middle bit is blue.
Mm-hmm.
Aurora, depending on which dress she's wearing, I personally like the blue better. Cinderella, blue. Pocahontas, blue necklace. And Merida's dress is like a darker blue? You could argue, I guess.
Kind of a greenish, but it's in the blue category. It's in the blue family.
Ariel is from the water, which is blue.
Which is blue. The water.
What is her official dress?
Rapunzel was purple. And wasn't Belle blue?
Belle was yellow.
Was blue, but she was blue
in her original dress.
Yeah, not in her gown, in her dress. Wasn't her original dress blue?
Yes, it was blue. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe we're wrong. I don't know. I think
they
started moving away from it. Yeah, she is. She's white, and she had like the blue,
like apron thing.
It wasn't really. What was it? It's not an apron, but maybe she worked in customer service. Come on, Belle.
She'd be great at it. For real? Oh my god, Anna and Elsa.
If you could work with any Disney princess as your coworker, who would it be?
Oh my god, let me pull up a picture of all of them again. Hang on. It'd probably be Cinderella. Because that bitch was essentially a slave. But did she ever complain?
Damn.
No, she was also very nice and, became a princess.
Wow. Fair enough.
Right? She's got a really good work ethic. I would like our listeners to tell us if they had to work with any Disney princess in their place of work, which one would it be?
Yes. That's a question for this week as well. If you were to work with any Disney princess, yes. Who would it be? In your workplace, in your
specific workplace.
Yeah, in your specific workplace. So that means like Starbucks or
any retail shop.
Any retails, whatever. Oh my god, Cinderella in retail. In the clothing section.
Tiana though?
Like I had my little animals make this for me. It fits you just right.
Oh my god.
But she'd be in like the black jeans and like the store t-shirt. Yeah.
Good for her.
Like my mice made this for you.
Here's another story. This one's just kind of silly. So this one says, when I worked in a boutique, I helped a girl find a dress for an event and got her a fitting room. Okay. The next thing you know, she calls me to help her, which I gladly do. She got stuck in her dress, and I had to literally undress her. She was so embarrassed, but I was more than happy to help her out, but it's not something that you expect to do.
No.
It's wild because I do believe that she works at my current job now, but I haven't said anything. I wouldn't know how to. I wouldn't know how to approach that situation. Like
what?
I think I would just forget that it ever happened.
Yeah, there's some things you don't want to remember.
Ah, ha, 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 that was such a silly thing. Unless they mentioned it first, then I would say, ah, ha, 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 that was so silly. And now we're both here. How crazy. And that's probably exactly how I would respond.
So silly. So
just
goofy.
Silly goofy.
I don't know what I would do in that situation. Probably like,
I think I think about it every day.
Think about it. It's one of those things where you get embarrassed that you did something when you were 4 years old and you remember for the rest of your life.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I think about that all the time. Like I remember this one time I dropped a pen and then my teacher, pretty sure she was racist, like fucking berated me in front of the class. She was yelling at the 7-year-old, me, okay? Just because I dropped a pen and she was like, I was talking to my sister. And I was like, oh my god.
What?
Okay.
What a bitch.
And I remember that for the rest of my life. So now when I drop stuff, I get really embarrassed.
I probably would remember that too. I think the one thing that I remember the most was hugging someone that I thought was my mom.
Oh no.
But like coming up behind them, like putting my arms over their shoulders and being like, hugging them, be like, hey mom. And then I turned and the person was not my mother.
And
I said, and the thing I said was, she's like, oh, hi. And I was like, you're not my mom. Bye.
I would have melted into the floor.
It was horrible.
I would have gone straight to hell.
Oh, God. But she literally was the exact same height, exact same hair color, exact same hairstyle.
Oh my God.
It looked exactly like my mom from when I was walking up behind her. It looked exactly like my mom.
That's, okay. I understand.
It was so incredibly embarrassing, though.
Yeah. I'd die.
Yes.
I think.
Excuse me.
Fully. Another one.
Oh, God.
It says, my first job was at a BJ's, and this man yelled at me in front of his whole family and wanted to talk to my manager because I helped him get his stuff out of his cart and onto the belt.
Wait. Onto the what?
Like the little conveyor belt for your stuff. You know, like Costco and BJ's and stuff, you have to put your stuff on the belt?
Yeah, belt. I thought you said car out of the car.
Why would
like,
somebody yell at them for just helping out?
What? Wait. That's a whole new level of bullshit. What do you mean?
Somebody helps you and you're like, fuck you. Like, excuse
What?
me? What?
Question mark? I would just be like...
I was at Costco probably about a week ago, and I went to the self-checkout line because we didn't have that much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, first of all, they have a really good system going on there.
Wait,
Shout
Costco
out to
has
Costco.
self-checkout now?
Yeah, they have self-checkouts.
I haven't been there since they put it in.
There are at least 6 of them, but there's
Interesting.
3 attendants. The first time that we went there, they had, like the people just watching us, and we were like standing and stuff, and then one lady was like, oh, these bagels are like the same price for 2 of them. Do you want another one? We were like, oh yeah, sure. If it's the same price, you get 2, then yeah. So then she calls somebody on her radio and she's like, I need a runner. And I'm like, a runner?
A runner?
And then she's like, they need another one of these bagels. And they just go and get them for us. And I was like, I could have done, I would have.
They're like, meow.
I was like, your job is
they look like the dust outline of themselves when they went to get your
like
shit.
Sonic. And they're like, hello? I'm like, thank you. And then about a week ago, they had about 3 people that were there. And we, go up, they were like next on 2 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She just starts scanning our stuff for us. So me and Lucia were just standing there, staring at each other, staring at her. Because we're like, do we help her? Like, what do we do?
What do we do?
I don't understand. And then she it's like cash or card, taps the thing on the screen and it's like, have a great day. So I can put my card in the machine. I was like, I didn't do anything.
Wait, what?
I was like...
Was this at a self-checkout?
Yeah.
She
I was
did
like,
the
this
shit
is not
for you
self.
at a self-check. Yeah.
I was like, I'm not self. I'm self.
I am self. Me.
I mean,
I am me. I self.
I didn't mind. I was like, this is fine. I was just super awkward. So I was like...
Why?
I didn't know what to do.
She took it upon herself. Maybe she liked you guys or something.
Maybe.
Or maybe there was just something wrong with the register.
I mean, it was a pretty busy day, so it was very efficient. I mean, it was very fast.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, what do I do?
Let's move on to the segment that I love the most.
Okay.
My brainchild of a segment. Actually, full credit. I think it was Christian Hall that did, things you can say at the dinner table and also in the bedroom, which is fantastic. And then I heard it on another podcast and another blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, full credit to the comedian that came up with it. But we're stealing it and using it because it's really good. Things you can say in the library and also in the bedroom.
Are you going to start? Or
Yeah,
me to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
I think I'm overdue.
Oh, I have something along the same lines of, this is overdue.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'd like to take this one home.
I'm about to check you out.
I think this one is too damaged to return it.
Oh. It says, sorry, I don't have it in yet.
Oh. Jesus. Will I be charged any late fees?
Please keep it down so you don't excite others in the building. Oh.
Shh. People are listening.
Oh, I like that one. Along the same lines of checking out, this one just says, let me check this out.
Damn.
Winky.
Please don't use that one at a grocery store. Thank you. We have to be super quiet this time.
That's a good one. This one says, hey little mama, let me whisper in your ear.
Damn. The librarian.
Getting freaky.
If we're too loud, we'll get kicked out again.
Again? This one's funny. It just says, be quiet. Respect.
Damn. I wasn't expecting it to be in this aisle.
Whoa. This one's so ridiculous. It's
Okay.
just, what a smell.
God. Oh.
I know.
It's very musky.
Oh my goodness.
When was the last time this thing was dusted off?
Oh my god. Is that part of that or another one?
It wasn't any of that, was just on the spot. And when you're like reading a book, that was a quick one.
Or I guess along the same lines of reading your book. That was a lot longer than I expected.
Oh yeah. Oh.
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 In the library.
In the library. I can never find what I'm looking for.
I've heard that one.
Oh.
Is this the restricted section?
Ridiculous. This place is great. I should become a regular member.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, swipe my library card.
Whoa, that's a huge dictionary.
This was kind of a short story.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was... I didn't realize that. I thought you were going to go on a
That
story.
happened to me all the time, the last one that we did.
I think my membership for this place expired.
Your library membership? I still remember my library card number.
Oh my god.
That's just a side thing.
I remember what it looked like. I don't remember that.
Can I get your digits?
Oh.
I'll Dewey Decimal your system.
I know what I'm looking for. I'll just be in and out real quick.
Goddamn.
Damn.
This is the quiet section.
Oh. So that's how you're supposed to do that.
Oh no. If I ever heard that, I think I would just pass away. Both in the library and I think in the bedroom.
I think your return box is full.
Oh.
I have last one. Just for the hell of it, because I love these jokes.
Yes.
Binder? I hardly know her!
Okay, that was a good one.
Thank you.
What should we do for
Be
next
here all
week?
Probably retail, right?
Yeah. Oh my god.
But in what kind of retail store? Or just general retail? I feel like general retail will open up a lot more possibilities.
Yeah, let's do general retail. So what can you say just working in retail?
And also in the bedroom.
Also in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we have more than enough. I'll actually probably, now that I think about it, there's probably a lot of stuff that's not usable, but...
I think about an hour of this is probably not usable, but that's okay.
That leaves us 45 minutes, so the perfect amount of time.
Perfect.
No, but thank you guys for listening, and we're finally back. We're going to be back on our regular, let's rewind that. Thank you for listening, and we will be back on our regular Wednesday release schedules.
Yeah, boy.
Right? Yay! And next week, send in all your jokes for your lines for things you can say in a retail store and also in the bedroom, because I want to hear them, because there's a lot of possibilities for that one. A lot of possibilities. In which aisle is that?
Please keep sending in stories. I would love to read some more.
Yeah, we need more stories.
Sharing them. It's probably my favorite part. I love reading all the stories and all the different things people experience.
I love
customer
hearing
service.
that, even though they make me so angry. I do love hearing our listener stories, but we need more from y'all. Send them in. Send them.
You can send them in through our website or on our Linktree and also any social media
Just add
platform.
it in the comments,
Just
DM
in the
us,
comments,
whatever
anywhere.
you want.
I
Slide
look
into
at
our
all of
DMs.
that. Ooh.
Slide into our DMs with your stories.
Your stories and your or just to say hi. I don't know. I'm on it all the time. I literally am always on it.
But yeah, I think we're good. I think it's good. We will not see you. You will hear us again next Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Weenies Day.
Weenies Day?
Weenies Day. Weenie Hut Jr. Okay, bye.
Wiener? I hardly know her.